So, in this video, we'll cover the RDS Aurora Global Database. So, before starting the lab, let me tell you. So, first of all, we have two regions. If you see, currently I am in the North Virginia. Our secondary region will be Asia Pacific Mumbai. Okay, that means my primary database will be available in the North Virginia region and secondary will be available in the Mumbai region. Okay, same thing. I'm going to that AWS services. Let me select for the RDS. Let me search for RDS. Select the service Aurora and RDS. Go to the DB instances. In the left side, you will see here. Let me create a database. Create database. The two options: full configuration, easy create. Okay, let me go with full configuration. And the next one is called here Aurora Postgres. Here I am selecting Aurora Postgres SQL. So this is the options, it is clearly mentioned. This is the available version 17.4, and here enable RDS extended support. If you are configuring for your organizations, then we have to select this enable RDS extended support. Even if this version is outdated, AWS will support for that version. Next one is template. So here I'm selecting dev or test. But in your case, if you are configuring the database for your production organization, you have to select the production. Then I'm just mentioning your DB cluster identifier. It will be database 1. The master credential is Postgres 1. To make a Aurora global database, we should uncheck this one, managed in AWS Secret Manager. Means your credential will be stored in the AWS Secret Manager. If you are checking this one, it will not allow you, this database will not allow you to configure the Aurora global database. For that reason, I am selecting a self-managed. Then I am mentioning the password. Here password I am mentioning Postgres. And I'm just, for the demo purpose, I am giving a normal password. Okay, you can give anything. Postgres. Here I am providing 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, it is not matching. Let me see. Give me one more time. Postgres 1 2 3 4 5 6 3 4 5 6. Okay, additional credential settings. If you are in few organizations, they are selecting IMAP database authentication. Also people are also using the Kerberos authentication. For our demo purpose, I am not selecting both. The next one is cluster storage configuration. Already I explained what is cluster storage optimization. So for our demo purpose, I am just mentioning here Aurora standard. Next one is here you can mention the specific instance type. Okay, how much CPU, how much RAM your database required. For this demo, I am using serverless v2. Okay, and for the cost purpose, I'm just mentioning here 4 Aurora CPU. It will start from 0.5 and it will go up to 4 virtual CPU. Here availability zone. Okay, we can configure multi-AZ deployment, but for the time being, I'm not selecting this one. Then connectivity. Okay, do not connect one EC2 compute resource. Keep these settings as is. Do not change anything here. The next one is public access. You always tell it should be no. That means your database instance will not get any public IP address. Availability zone, keep it no preference. Okay, RDS proxy. Again, RDS proxy, this is required for the production ready systems. If you are configuring for the production systems, we have to select here create RDS proxy. And this is the certificate basically for authentication purpose it is used. Now let me go to the additional configuration. What is the database port? 5432. Read replica, write forwarding, it is not recommended. This theory already I explained in the class itself. What is this purpose of read replica, write forwarding? If you are enabling the latency and few issues you might be encounter. Then monitoring, okay, okay, for the production ready systems, you have to enable the performance insights. Okay, for this one, for the demo purpose, I'm just making it on check. Enable enhanced monitoring. Enhanced monitoring means advanced monitoring. Also, I'm here on checking this one. Also, let me see the additional configuration. Initial database name, I'm not providing anything. I'm also not changing the cluster parameter group, DB parameter group. Failover tier, I'm not mentioning. Now the backups, right? For this backup, uh, as for the data, right? Customer data. If it is high critical data, then people are storing the backup for 30 days, 30 days or more than that, right? For our demo purpose, I'm just keeping here one. Copy tags to snapshots. I'm just unchecking this one. Enable encryption for our demo purpose. I'm not enabling any encryption. And here, right, enable auto minor version upgrade. We have to uncheck this one because during the business hour, uh, if any version upgrade is happening on your database, there might be chances of your application failover. For that reason, we should not check this enable auto minor version upgrade. Next one is called your maintenance window, right? So whatever the database patches will come from AWS, and you can also choose when it will happen. So basically, um, people choose the non-business hours, might be Sunday or Saturday. My customers are very less. During that time, the patching will happen. For this purpose, for demo purpose, I'm not mentioning any preference, right? Let me no preference. Enable deletion protection. This one also required because if you are enable the deletion protection, some accidental deletion of the database can be avoided. Okay. Now let me uncheck it. But in your case, if you are configuring for the production or critical applications, we have to enable this one. For the demo purpose, I'm just unchecking this. Now let me create a database. Okay, the database, it will take some time. For that purpose, okay, let me pause the video. Okay, so now look here, your database is ready. If you see, this is called your database cluster 1. Okay, and this is called a regional cluster. Okay, there is a writer instance. Let me refresh it. So the next option is what you can do. Now let me select the database one, right? You will see here log events, configuration, all the database configuration you can get here. Maintenance and backups, auto minor version upgrade is disabled. Maintenance window, when it will happen again, if any patches is coming from AWS, and it will happen on the February 9th. So that is the uh, information about the database. The next is how you can make this database should be available in other region for disaster recovery point of view. Now let us select the cluster, go to actions, and if you see add AWS region. So where you can see that, first select the cluster. Look here, this is called writer instance or writer node of your cluster. This is called your cluster. Under this cluster, this node is running, right? And it support read write operations. Let us select the cluster, go to actions, add AWS region. So here I'm just, it is asking for the database identifier name. I'm providing a global. Okay, I'm just giving global writer, something like that. And here also you can see here storage configurations, use Aurora standard, and then instance configuration. In my case, what I'm using here, I'm just using serverless v2. Okay, serverless v2, and here I'm providing, let us start with 0.5 to 4 Aurora vCPU. So for interest of cost, I'm just making it. Okay, let us make it 2 GB. Multi-AZ? No, I don't need multi-AZ. Failover here. Default VPC, public access, no. Let it be in the existing VPC. I'm not creating a separate VPC. This is the port number. The read replica write forwarding, let us off it. Monitoring, let us disable the monitoring for the cost purpose point of view, and also uncheck the enhanced monitoring. Enhanced means detailed monitoring about your database. Additional configuration, the global writer instance 1 DB cluster, something like that. I don't need to copy the tags during the backup, and keep the backup retention time period is 1. No, I don't need. Enable auto miner version upgrade, right? I'm unchecking it. Do you want a maintenance window? Do you want to specify the maintenance window? I don't need the specify maintenance window. Enable deletion protection, no. For my demo, I'm not selecting the deletion protection. Okay, let us uncheck it. Now add the region. Okay, you will see here it is start creating another secondary cluster. This is called your primary cluster, this is called your secondary cluster, or you can say standby cluster. Now it will take some time, it will take 5 to 10 minutes to make it available. For that time period, let me pause the video. Now your database is ready, primary and secondary, right? You will see here, this is called your global writer endpoint. Your application will use this endpoint. You will see here connectivity and security. This is the host name. This host name will be used by your application. Okay. If your application trying to write something, then it will go to, if you see your role, right? This is called your primary cluster. The primary cluster, under primary cluster, you can see there is one writer instance. And if you see, this is called my secondary cluster. Okay. And this secondary cluster only having the reader instance. And you will see here, this is called your, the primary is available in the US East 1 region. That means it is North Virginia. And your secondary database is present in the AP South 1A. That means it is in the Mumbai region. Okay. If the primary database is down, or your region 1 is down because of hard disk failure or network failure, automatically the secondary will be active. Also, we can manually do the failover. So let me do the failover option, failover activities. Now go to actions, switchover or failover global database. When I will do the switchover or failover global database, what it will happen? The writer will be reader and the reader will be writer. That means your primary will be secondary and secondary will be primary. Now go to switchover or failover. There are two options are there. One is called switchover. This is the save option to perform the DR activities. And this is for the force failover, we can tell. In this force failover, there might be chance of data loss. Whenever, let me select the switchover. When I will do the switchover, you have to select the option. Okay. Switchover means new primary cluster. Previously the primary cluster was database 1. Now let me make the global writer cluster 1 to make it primary. So what will happen? This global will be now primary and the primary will be the secondary. Let me confirm. Okay, so RDS is switching over global cluster. Now if you see here, some configuration will happen here. Modification will be, look, now your global writer is start doing the switching. Switching means your global writer now it will point to the secondary writer instance. Previously it was, this is the previously it was writer instance, right? This one will be become a reader, and the reader, this is the reader, right? This reader will be now writer. Let us wait for some time and I will see. Look at, start modifying. What it is modifying? The reader will be writer and the writer will be the reader. Let us wait for some time and I will see how it is becoming, the switching is happening. And also what is happening there, right? You can see here in the logs and events. Look, DB instance shutdown, DB instance created, restarted the parameter. These are the internally the AWS is performing these activities to make the switchover. And also you can see here monitoring. That cloud was right, 36 are there. You can see here connectivity, parameter details. Also you can see here configuration, database configuration details, storage type, performance insights, all the details you can see here. Now look here. Look, previously the database instance 1 was reader, right? Now it became, sorry, writer. Now it became what? Reader. And your global writer still it is modifying. Modifying means what it is modifying? It is trying to become a writer instance. Let me refresh it. Look here, your global writer previously it was reader, now it became writer. Okay, and when your application will connect the global writer endpoint, automatically your request will go to this writer instance. This is about the Aurora global database. Thank you.